Hey, what's going on, guys? Derek James here with the Gov Kid Method. Today we have another episode of reading RFPs live on Biz Opps. Today is September 3rd, 2019, and we just had Labor Day. Happy Labor Day. And also, I don't know if any of you freaked out like I did, but FBO was down for I don't know, like a 24 to 48 hour period. Like Friday into Saturday, and I got a bunch of questions from people just wondering, hey, what do I do now that FBO has retired? And I'm like, guys, FBO has not retired. Just hold your horses. It's just some sort of technical thing that they were probably working out. However, they probably should have gave everybody a little bit of notice, especially those of us that are working on, RFPs and bids. Because I'm sure some people were not very happy about that. Not being able to access files and all that. However, you're supposed to save everything off as soon as you start working on a proposal. You're supposed to save everything off. So if something like that happens, you are protected. But yeah, that was an interesting thing over the weekend. And, glad to see that. I was able to see Sunday that it was back online. So not sure what that was about, but FBO is moving. FBO is not retiring, but they're just moving. You can see here, November 8th, they're moving to the BetaSam website, where FBO and like 9 or 10 other agencies, not even agencies, just, I don't know, resources, I should say. Other GovCon resources are moving to kind of like this big hub website. So, I mean, you guys, this is something you should be tracking. So I'm including it at the beginning of this video just in case you weren't tracking. FBO is moving. FBO.gov, the URL will no longer work. They will probably have a bit of a transition page up, and then they'll eventually take it down. But betasam.gov is going to go live and be the new sam.gov. And then it will be there, and I don't know what it's going to look like. You can go to BetaSam right now, and there's not much there, so I don't know how we're going to navigate it. I don't know how things are going to change or stay the same. If things change, I will definitely do some videos on the changes and how to maintain and do everything the way that we've been doing them for sure. But I just kind of have to wait and see. I'm really at the mercy of what the programmers and everything are doing, and all that good stuff. So without further ado, today we're looking at some more solicitations, RFPs, RFQs, in the spirit of September. And I know you guys, you may or may not be hearing me say that a lot. I feel like I say it a lot, that it's September and this is the busiest time of the year, etc. But I'm saying that because after September, I won't be saying that, and I won't be saying that for a long time, because a lot of people are going to go on vacation. Money is going to slow down from the budgets. Work, isn't going to be procured as much. And there's just not going to be as much activity. So use this time now to either, if you're already set up to bid, to bid, or if not, to learn how to. And I'm just putting out more and more resources to help you guys, so I hope that you take advantage of them. Resources at the GovKid Method website, and I just released my second Udemy course on how to actually read RFPs section by section. Very different than what I do in these videos. That's actually like proposal minded based. So if you're looking to bid, you want to check that course out. Just I've got it posted in the Facebook group that you can get. And if you're watching today, I've got it up there for free. It's free for another 24 hours, and then it's going to switch to a paid course. It's either going to be $50 or $100. So I highly recommend that you get as much free information as you can to help yourself out. All right, so I got 4 teed up here. First one is MIC Fort Carson, and this is Retreat Coordination Services. We have no set aside teed up here with a 561920 Administrative and Support Services NAICS code for conventions and trade show organizers, which I don't know if I've ever even seen that NAICS code before. Looks like we have a couple of changes. I'll take a quick glance to see. So there's an amendment. Well, that's weird. It's an amendment. And then, did they change the NAICS code? No, they did not change the NAICS code. $11 million size standard. Looks like there's a second amendment and then a PWS revision. So they're all over the place with this. But let's see what the base solicitation looks like. All right. So this is an event, so I understand why they use the event-related NAICS code. Hotel rooms and lodging. Okay, so we've seen this before. If you've watched my videos, we've covered, yellow ribbon related procurements, and this is a similar childcare. Yep. So now let me see. And it's nice because they got the unit price for each, and then the total price, which is extended over the quantity. So unit price here would be for one room, and then the total price would be for all 37 rooms. I'm assuming that's how they would want it, because they also have the 20th, the 21st, and the 22nd here as well. So, that also has to be extended out, price per day or price for the whole weekend. All that you really need to know is that your total price needs to be your total price when it's not clear. So these are the pricing CLINs. This is beautiful. This answers a lot of questions for us right away. It tells us what type of work it is, what specifically needs to be priced out. Looks like, they have an SCA. This is not a wage determination, but they have a SCA like equivalent for Travel Clerk 1, which may or may not come into use. We're looking at reps and certs. And there's reps and certs. Before that were clauses, more clauses. And instruction to offerers shall submit the following with their quote. They want to know the location, the venue information of the hotel, menu selections for the food, and the proposed child care provider. So this would be a very straightforward proposal. It looks like these 4 sections, as well as filling out the pricing information that we saw at the very beginning, the pricing CLINs, and then the valuation. The following factors shall be used to evaluate offers, with past performance and technical capability being more important than price. So they didn't say anything about past performance in the instructions to offerers, but then they're saying it included with technical capability is more important than price. So if you have past performance, you'd want to include it. However, they did not do a very good job, because they have not asked for past performance here, so therefore they should not be able to use it as a evaluation criteria. That is past performance. Yep. So you could email the contracting officer about that if it's a fight you wanted to fight. What they would probably end up doing is just including it in here somewhere, unless they're using some sort of FAR provision or clause that I don't see cited here. But really, guys, it's just no offense, but some of the guys who are writing these RFPs, they're new and they don't really know what they're doing. And a lot of it is copy and paste and boilerplate. So, always be sure to cover your butts and ask any questions that you have. Don't be afraid to ask the questions. And something like this, you would be justified in asking the question as to why the evaluation includes past performance, but why it's not asked in instruction to offers. You can make the argument that right here they're just saying, well, technical capability and then price. So they didn't put past performance down here, but they did write it up here. So those are my thoughts about that. So there's probably not going to be too much else. So we will have to look at the PWS Not that we need a whole lot more. We already have a good idea of what the statement of work is, but here they spell out the dates, the nights, the requirements for the rooms. They want it within the Breckenridge, Colorado area. I don't know if this is, maybe we already looked at this one before, because we did a video recently where we covered Breckenridge. You know what? I think this is actually the same one because of the changes. Oh man, I thought this looked familiar. So yeah, we did cover this on a previous video when this was first came out in August 26th. And it looks like now today, we're looking at some of the changes. So that's either good or bad. I don't know. Repetition is always good. But I won't go into too much depth on this because we have already touched on it. Just look at the last couple videos that I've posted for reading RFPs, and you'll probably find the original one where we go into a little bit more depth on this. So that's funny. Next, VTC System Upgrade. So I haven't even looked at this, but it says Notice of Intent to Sole Source. When you see that, you're probably going to find a justification, a J and A somewhere. And if we scroll down, we see right here, Sole Source Justification. Say that 5 times fast. Sole Source Justification. So what that means is a sole source or a direct award means it's going to one company, only one company. And this is just a FYI letting you know. So there's no opportunity for you to bid this. So proposed vendor is Vector USA. And this is basically describing why they are giving this job to Vector to upgrade equipment previously installed by Vector, and will eliminate any warranty if installed by another vendor. So that's actually fair. Sometimes the justifications don't seem fair, but because they did the work before, they still have to put on here that they're doing a sole source to them, because they're not competing this out. They're not giving anybody a chance to bid on this work, but they're justifying it because they did the work previously, and if anybody else does it, it's going to void the warranty, and that's not in the best interest of taxpayers' dollars. So a sole source is justified. So, when you see something like this, you can just say okay and move on. Next, we have these janitorial services. Originally posted on August 20th. What's with all these changes? Total small business set aside with a janitorial services NAICS code. Makes sense. This is out of Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, Ohio. So let me look at the original. So everybody pretty much already knows what janitorial services are. Let me see. They've broken out the wage determination, pricing sheet, instruction to offers, evaluation factors. So that's nice. Like all these sections I talk about, PWS as well. They've kind of broken out individually. It makes it easier to find. I always like to open pricing sheet up first. And did we look at this one already too? I don't know. I feel like maybe we already looked at this one. But yeah, the pricing sheet is less than helpful. See what the solicitation is. I really think we've looked at this when it originally came out as well. I'm pretty positive. Yeah. Yep. I know that we looked at this, guys. I must have a previous video out there again. There must be a reason why I clicked on these, because I clicked on them the first time and there was something that I was attracted to. So the second time I did the same thing again. So we have audit services. There's no changes to this. It was just posted. So there is no chance that I could have clicked on this before. However, we see right here, this is for Unison, the formerly FedBid. This is a reverse auction site. So this is just a posting on FBO letting you know, hey, come over to this other website. We're doing a reverse auction where the price gets bid down. And I don't really like that for services, because I feel that services, there should not be a bidding down of the prices, because quality, this is people, this isn't items, this isn't, bags of salt or something that you can just put on a reverse auction. This is a service, and I just don't believe in it. So I don't look at things that are services related on Unison. But they got a set aside for woman owned here, which is cool to see. And this is for they want to get their ISO 9001 audited. So either they're trying to get it. Oh, it says right here recertification. Yeah. So they already have it, and they just want to get their recertification for each year. So they want to get prepared and ready and make sure that when they get inspected, that they maintain their ISO certification. So that's all that is. That one's not really too sexy to me. Let's see what else we got. And after September, you're going to find that you're going to see the same opportunities a lot because there's just not going to be a lot of new stuff out there. Now, that should not be the case at all right now. But when there's a lot of changes and everything, they pull up because they're the most recent. So then they pull up as, something to look at. And then that's why they show up in, my most recent day's results because there was a change made to them. And I don't necessarily expect you guys to search the way that I search. I'm a little crazy, and it's different for me because I'm kind of looking at everything. You guys should be looking at what you need for your business. So you can run searches, search NAICS codes, try to search keywords, stuff like that. So this one is Armed Forces Retirement Home Facilities Maintenance Contract. So it's a facilities maintenance contract, which sometimes these can be really good. But to be honest, when there's this many changes, I don't even look at them unless this is something that's my bread and butter that I'm been following and watching. It's just with so many changes, it's a nightmare, and I don't even mess with it. So this next one is mobile camera system. Looks like it's for Germany. Rammstein. I'm always reminded of that heavy metal band Rammstein whenever I see that. They got a computer and electronic manufacturing NAICS code. Don't see a set aside. They have one change. And they pushed the response deadline back from September 6th to September 9th, probably by request. And then they also posted a Q&A. So this is a mobile camera system. We don't know exactly what that is yet. But they're giving us a quantity, which tells us they might just be wanting to buy cameras. Mobile camera system with rapid deployment, towers, storage card capability, battery, fuel cells, recording capability, installation, and 24-month maintenance. So they want these cameras bought and installed and maintained for 24 months. And they want that priced out. And they want that in Germany. And this is where you put the price, instruction to offers. Quotes in response to solicitation must be submitted no later than September 9th. Offers shall propose a fixed price, including 0001. Sign the amendments. Make sure you're registered in SAM. Fill out this information for your company. Evaluation criteria will be price and technical acceptability according to the attached salient characteristics and specifications, a statement of work. So they're telling you exactly the specs of what they want. So this is clauses. So let me see if that's what this is. Doesn't look like it. They're not giving us. I'm looking for those salient features, which usually gives you like the make and model number of the cameras that they want. And usually it's just the manufacturer's brochure. Literally, it's normally just a brochure that they attach from their website. And they say, hey, we want this, give us this, install this, and maintain it. But I don't see that they've done that. Already opened that. Let's take a look at the Q&A. So there's asking questions. Yeah. So these questions didn't answer. So I'm not sure. They must not have included it unless I've overlooked it somehow. Mobile camera system with rapid deployment CCTV towers. So you would want to dig in and do a bit more research and looking to see if you can find out exactly what type of cameras they are wanting. I thought that they would tell you, but I don't see it. I'm just double checking, trying to find it. It just says, and it should be here in the statement of work or attached separately. It says the cameras will access the unit. That doesn't help. None of this helps. None of this is helpful. So you would have to do a bit more digging. That's really all that I can give you on this one, guys. I don't even see much that we can Google. And it may just be the fact where you have to propose to them the cameras. I mean, see, did I overlook it? It says right here, specs. Did I just overlook it? Here we go. I must just be losing my mind. Sorry about that. Mobile camera system requirements. This is exactly what I was looking for. So these are the specs. This is what you have to quote off of. This is the camera that they want. They want six of them installed and maintained for a 24-month minimum contract. And a bit of training and just how to use it when it's initially installed. Usually the person who installs it would do the training as well. And it's usually not an extra charge or anything like that. So I can sigh a relief. We found it. So I don't know. I must have overlooked it. I didn't see that there. Next, logistics services in Mindanao. And just bear with me, guys. I'm literally going on like 2.5 hours of sleep tonight. So apologize if I'm a little bit off or if you sense anything like that. I'm actually in the process of buying a house and not getting much sleep at all, getting everything coordinated here. So stressful times, but hopefully good times. So this is for logistics services. Location in the Philippines, U.S. aid. We've looked at these before too. And the total estimated cost of the contract will range from 4.5 to 5 million. Wow, I was not expecting that. They have a 541990 NAICS code, professional services. Set aside as NA. Really curious to take a look at this solicitation. Close out the rest here. The response deadline is October 21st, so they're giving you a bunch of time. This is not going to be procured with $2019. It'll have to be with 2020, next year's fiscal budget. But this looks like a big contract. Or, I mean, depending on how many years, it may not be that big, but 4 to 5 million is still pretty good, right? Estimated contract effective date, April 1st. So services are not going to begin until next April. And questions must be submitted by September 20th. Oh no, I'm sorry, September 11th. Questions must be submitted, and then the answers to the questions will be posted no later than September 20th. And this is just posted today, so this is new. They anticipate awarding one contract that's cost plus fixed fee completion type contract as a result of the solicitation, covering an estimated period of 2 years base period with 3 one-year options. Oh wow, so it's a 2-year base with 3 one-year options. So it could be a 5-year contract. It says, although the range is provided, this does not mean the offers should necessarily strive to meet the maximum amount estimated. So it could be more than 5 million. Offers must propose realistic and reasonable costs. The contract awarded to this procurement will replace contract currently implemented by Lewis Berger Group. So that's really important information. You have the incumbent contract number and the incumbent company that's already doing this work. Information about the current award can be found on USAID's Development Experience Clearinghouse. I've never been there, so I'm actually very interested in seeing what they have there. I don't look at a whole lot of USAID stuff. And it appears that it's not going to load either. Okay. Search a half century of U.S. international aid. I mean, I will just go as far as putting in the contract number and seeing if it pulls up in the search. If not, I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole on that. But let's just see, for curiosity's sake. Oh my goodness. It pulled up. Or something pulled up anyways. Quarterly performance report. Well, performance report probably isn't going to have. But man, look at all this information they gave you about the program and everything. Holy cow. This is like a FOIA. Like, this gives you the amount of information that a Freedom of Information request would give you. Like, you're getting to see, wow, total contract budget. There you go. 4.7 is what it was awarded for. 4.7 million. Holy cow, you guys. This is like amazing. This gives you so much data to price on. It's wow. Okay, well, that's really, really cool. I've never, ever seen something like this. That is really exciting. I wish I had this type of intelligence on every contract that I bid. My God. Well, if you're interested in bidding this in the Philippines, you got some really good information there. Really, really good information there. That's pretty cool. I wish all the agencies posted that stuff. Let's see if we can do a couple more. So this one is for a Guam Chapel Director of Music Services. I picked that just because it's really straightforward and easy to understand. Period of performance is for 1 year. it appears. And this is a NECO. It takes you out to NECO. That's the Navy's website. Just like the Army has ASFI, ASFI. The Navy has NECO. And they've got the solicitation, the statement of work. So this is cool. They're giving you the number of hours, and they're telling you this is for one full-time person because it's 2080 hours. It's 1 full year. They've got the NAICS code. Work is going to start October 1st. And then the evaluation is going to be technical acceptability and price. This is like the one that we looked at before where they were calling for past performance. But I don't see that they've asked for that here, so I think they did it properly. But they're calling this lowest price quote will be evaluated for technical acceptability. If the lowest price quote is found, the award will be made without further consideration. So this is basically an LPTA, lowest price technically acceptable, as long as you're found to be technically acceptable. And this isn't terribly long because this is a fairly straightforward procurement just for one person to perform these music director services out in Guam. And there's a statement of work. So we have, so this is for the NGB. I mean, that's National Guard usually. Unless that's a Navy acronym as well, I'm not sure. But the chapel. So this is the qualifications that they want the chapel to have in terms of experience and age and things that they will be doing. All performance. And then they give you a bit of an address and a point of contact. So very straightforward if you're in the staffing and you want to, staff somebody out in Guam to do chapel services. It's a very straightforward one that it'll probably just be a lowest price. So you'll be able to, just put a little bit of margin and bid that one. I didn't even see that they required past performance. And then let's see this last one here, Fort Devens MA Dispatch Services. Set aside NA. They have a 561421 telephone answering service as a NAICS code. Tells us a little bit. It's dispatch services, so that's not too much of a stretch. They have the solicitation, and they have this thing, LSJ. Limiting competition at or below the simplified acquisition threshold. Interesting. You don't see this a whole lot. So this is just their it's actually just a justification for the way that they're procuring this. That's all that is. But the solicitation, this is a standard SF 1449, instruction to offers. Let me see. I'm not saying, they didn't really, they kind of just blew over everything. This is not as typical instruction to offers. All right, what else do they have to say? So they have the statement of work built right in here. Pricing CLIN, they're just calling it one job. They're not telling us anything specific. It's one of those. Then they have one option year, 2 option years, 2 option years. But we do know that the period of performance is going to start September 30th, so that's when the work has to start. And it would go out to the end of September in 2022. We have clauses. We have a wage determination embedded that you would have to look at. And that's all we have. So they are, Looks like they just want a price on this, to be honest. This instruction to offer is rather disappointing because they're not really telling you anything. All questions shall be submitted to Timothy. Okay. Number 2, it is the offer's responsibility that all offers submitted will be on time and, in accordance with listed in block 8. Award will be made only after agreement has been reached on all terms and conditions, blah, blah, blah. Contractor must submit at time offered a cost breakout to support us. Okay, let's see that again. Contractor must submit at time of submission of its offer a cost breakout. So they do want your pricing breakdown for your price. Anywhere in the solicitation where the term quote is used, it is hereby changed to read offer. Anywhere in the solicitation where the contractor is used, it's hereby changed to read offerer. Prior to a contractor receiving, you must be set up in SAM. You must have a DUNS number. The offer is due no later than the specified time in block 8, which here's block 8, 2 p.m. on September 6th. And this is actually a unrestricted, there's no set aside. So this is actually full and open competition. That means like Boeing and, any super large company could bid on this. So you're not protected by a small business set aside on this at all. But they're giving us, let's see, statement of work, provide Fort Devens police, supply. So this is all Fort Devens. But they're not telling us anything about the work that's being done. Like, not nearly enough to put a price on. And then when it comes to the pricing, they're just saying one job. So you have no idea how many people are bidding on this. You don't know what the level of effort is. I don't know how, maybe you can find what a previous contract value is, but we don't have any indication to go about finding that in terms of like who is the incumbent or anything. So something like this I actually just would not even bid. I don't like something like this. You have to have insider information. When they do this, oftentimes this is how they will just write it in for the incumbent, because only the incumbent who's already doing this work will be able to respond to this proposal because they're the only ones who know something. It's unlikely that this is a new need. This is probably already being done by somebody, and it's going to be very hard for somebody else that's new to come in. So I really don't like RFPs like this because it does not promote fair competition. This is not fair because there is not an equal distribution of information. So, people bidding on this do not know nearly as much as the person who's already bidding on this. And, there's going to be a bit of that with any job because you're always going to know more. But the gap on this is so huge, they're not even telling you anything at all that would allow you to bid this thing. So I would just absolutely no bid that. Things like that make me mad, and because they just wasted my time. There's just no way. There's no way you can bid something like that without them giving you a, and that's probably why they're saying that they want to see your pricing breakdown so that they can see like, oh yeah, he didn't, he or she didn't price this outright because they missed this, this, and that. Well, yeah, I mean, that's probably going to happen because all you can do is essentially guess. And we don't want to be guessing when we're trying to grow our businesses. We want to bid on jobs that we feel good about and we feel, okay about the margins. Or if you're taking small margins, maybe you're trying to, gain past performance, and then you can charge more margin in the future. But with something like this is not good business, in my opinion, guys. So that will do it for this episode of reading RFPs. I am maybe going to take a nap. I don't know. I'm just feeling so tired. So I apologize if I wasn't fully with it today or at 100% energy like I normally am. I promise I will be in the next video. So until next time, guys, just keep watching, keep bidding, keep learning, and let me know any way that I can help you to cross the finish line with your government contract goals. So until next time, guys, we'll see ya.